Alright, I was too lazy to write a good intro. Anyways, you know what this video is about, thanks to the title. I hope you enjoy this video. I just want to quickly say that even the wiki doesn't have a clue on R1 or R2 in terms of updates. Just assume it was an extremely basic game back then, with just like a minimal island and barely any enemies. Anyways, when the game updates actually started getting tracked was R3, in which the lobby was remastered, and I'm pretty sure that is the same lobby we have to this day. Well, until R9 released at least. The boat escape was also introduced, making it the second ending in the game, with the plane being the first, and still somehow the easiest one. Also, escape badges were added, and a few bug fixes. Alpha was when the collectible system was introduced, a system that I hate with every fiber of my being because it infuriates me to no end knowing that there is some annoying collectible I'm going to need to get if I ever want Island Legend 4 star. Oh yeah, and Scoped and Walkie Talkie were also added in. The caves were completely overhauled too, and the Explorer badge that came along with it. Supposedly, the radio tower and observatory were also changed, but I'm not entirely sure what about them was modified. Blame the wiki, not me. I'm merely the messenger. Alpha also had a very small 4.1 update that allowed private lobbies in Isle. I'm not sure if that's because Roblox added them or if they just decided to make them accessible. In the form of Isle 5. They added the facility escape and the caves were slightly updated, but those were pretty much the only changes. Isle 5.1 added dropping for mobile, so mobile players could, drop items. I'm baffled at how they could even play the game before then. Also, mobile players could now aim better, so good for them. The medkit was introduced, and there was a security patch. I'll be completely honest, I don't even know what that means. Maybe they patched exploits or something. Now we have R 5.2, which, if I'm going to be honest, should just be called R6 because it was larger than the previous two R5 versions combined. Heat vision was added, the mines and the bunker were introduced, but at the time the latter of them was merely a sphere built into the ground with like one item inside. The monster had a slight buff with it becoming aggressive faster. False radio messages were a thing, so you could finally have a friendly conversation with Stan. The facility got some security buffs, and finally the Predator and the Collector badges were implemented into the game. R6 is where things begin to shape the R we actually know today. The Elite Mercs were added, which also introduced the following items along with them: the Assistant Drone, the Revolver, the Flamethrower, the Gatling Gun, the Grenade Launcher, and the Celebration Gun. I think that's the thing you get when you get from donating stuff. No, well, when someone else donates it, if someone else donates enough Robux in the lobby, you get a donation gun along with everyone else in the lobby. I think. Bungalows were also added, and a trio of badges also: the Power, the Companion, and the Champion, the last of which is now unobtainable. The facility got a few minor unknown changes. R6.1 added in the Ascension game bars, which I'm happy to say I do own. Titles, donation leaderboard, and queue teleports were all added into the lobby, along with localization for Spanish, Portuguese, French, Russian, Korean, Polish, and Vietnamese. R7 was, in comparison to R6, much smaller overall. The True Champion badge replaced the Champion badge because Operator's weapon was changed from a tactical pistol to a tactical shotgun, which was added into the game along with the Master Bypass Console, EVG, Sniper Rifle, and Proximity Explosive. The Almighty Revolver got revamped, and the Flamethrower was buffed also. Oh yeah, and believe this or not, they added in Grass. Oh, 7.1 was a terrible update, and even though I didn't play at the time, I can tell. You know why? Because they nerfed the poor unlucky revolver while the tactical shotgun was buffed. The assistant drone was also nerfed, which, while the mercenaries were buffed, except Operator, who kind of got nerfed because the drone was nerfed, but then he was also buffed. So that's a little bit confusing. Oh yeah, and the fire in the ship spread on day 2, and a bit of music was added into the game. R7.2 revamped combat by adding the movement speed stat. Bullet trails were added in along with the assault shotgun. The unknown badge was added, and I'm assuming albino was either introduced here or previously added. One of those, it doesn't say. I need to know. And finally, we have entered R8 territory, which is when I actually began to play the game. 11 new items were introduced in RL8. The utilities out of these items were diving gears, GPSs, paper maps, climbing tools, ammo crates, and the underwater loot weapons, energy lancer, and proton cannon. The 4 artifacts were also added in along with the truth ending that came with them, which desperately needs a revamp right now. Agent S slash the Snake and our good old friend B6 are added into the game, so that you could regret your life choices when you die to them for the 1,000th time. Diving became a thing, and the island got a slight makeover with new caves and with new cave systems, introducing the Lotus Portal, Monkey Land, and all the things in that area. The badges, the Stranger, the Key, the Eyes, the Robot, the Diver, the Hoarder, and finally the Truth were all added in, along with the titles Island Diver, Island Hoarder, Island Legend 1 star, Island Legend 2 star, Island Legend 3 star, and of course Godlike for those few who were gifted with Godlike. And apparently a few more collectibles were added. R8.1 balanced a lot of things out with the flamethrower, assault and tactical shotguns getting buffed. The paper map got turned into the treasure map that we know to today yet still don't use because it's, well, entirely useless. The watch displayed time differently. Healing spray and strange drink were also added in, which are pretty much the only significant parts of this small yet useful-ish update. Al 8.2 added the Altair prizes from the Altair contest. The Extinguisher title was added and the slash agent command that could be used in the lobby. Steel Sword was added as a lobby item long before they added it into the game in R9. It was like 3 years prior they added in the Steel Sword as a lobby item. And now we have R9, the largest update in all of R, and probably when some, if not most of you people watching this video right now started playing. 4 new escapes were added: Feathered, Orbit, and Balloon. And of course, my personal favorite ending, the Hanger. The Giver, our favorite pig head in the mirror, along with his alternate, very small dimension were added. Dragon and of course Mantid were both introduced too. The Parasites and the Frog Spawn and Large Frog Spawn all implemented. Stan got completely changed, so he was actually creepy and didn't just float at you, which was not so creepy. The bolt action, suppressed rifle, steel sword, and heavy rifle were all added. The quadrio of alien weapons that were also put into R, namely the grab gun, mega missile, stinger, and tendrils. Also, here's a massive list of utilities that were added: bedroll, binoculars, glow stick, laser pointer, makeshift cloak, tool bag, torch, fishing rod, floodlight, makeshift camera, ballistic shield, line launcher, automated turret, shield pack, squid scooter, mantis pack, mantis remote, strange rock, special ammo crate, B Corp beacon, B Corp tablet, ball and chain, cache note, peanuts, owl observer, strange bell, strange fish, and strange rock. That was a lot. A lot of places such as the Dome and Lair were added, and a bunch of others were revamped, like the facility and observatory. 37 more collectibles were added, along with a host of titles and badges. And so this video doesn't go on for like 10,000 minutes. I'm not going to list every single badge and title added. The weight system was added, completely changing gameplay. Hacking was made easier because now it auto-solves it after time. Also, the lobby was changed with the Team Deathmatch game mode being introduced, and a few thousand bugs and glitches were also introduced because massive update, massive amount of bugs. R9.1 was focused on the winter event, which I sadly didn't manage to complete. I blame the holiday I was on. Anyways, the winter event itself added the Snow Owl NPC, Operative LF, and our best friend Hypothermia. So you can freeze to death and snow. Fun. Voice chat was added in all but team death matches, with some weapons being rebalanced while bugs were somewhat fixed. Point 2 was the Alhal event, along with a few bug changes. The Alhal event made you have to press 30 buttons to win. It also contained 3 unique dinosaur enemies: the Anklebiter, Spitter, and finally the Thrasher. Killing these entities along with anything else, even glass, will grant you money. Killing these entities along with pretty much anything else, even glass in the facility, will grant you money, which can be used in shops populating the map. Within these shops, you can buy ammo for your guns, buy utilities, buy weaponry, and also access the exclusive Ohio weapons, the Octobarrel Shotgun, Crisis Shotgun, and Crisis Dual SMGs. Now, R9.3 was possibly the greatest update in the history of R9. It added, and you won't believe this, it added wind. I'm speechless. It's just insane. Why did they add wind, you might ask? Realism. Now, the final major update so far is R 9.4, which made it so mobile and Xbox players could play the game without dying to lag in a not so epic fight. Also, parts of the map were slightly changed with new plants scattering the island. Yeah, it's not really that major update. R 9.5 technically isn't the name for this next update, but it should be because this update changed way more than the previous one. Item weights were changed, with pistol like weapons weighing less. Some near useless weapons weighed nothing now, and just a few other changes. No items were increased in weight. I'm just want to say that. Now there was also a couple of bug fixes, but other than that, no real updates recently. IL 10 is going to be released in a few months, probably few months. I don't know. But before then, and trust me on this, there's going to be something that will change our content forever on my channel. Maybe, possibly. It depends if it actually exists. Anyways, thanks for watching. See ya.